E.
Ding, ding, ding.
0 by Kathryn Otoshi. Zero was a big, round number. When she looked at herself, she saw just a hole right in her center. Every day she watched the numbers line up. She wanted to count too. But how could a number worth nothing become something? Zero felt empty inside. She watched one having fun with the others. One was solid and strong, with bold strokes and squared corners. Zero was big and round with no corners at all. If I were like one, then I could count too, she thought. So she pushed and pulled. She stretched and straightened. She forced and flattened and finally became 0. She sighed. Becoming like 1 was too much of a stretch. 8 and 9 rolled into the scene. If you double yourself up, you'd be like me, said 8. So 0 twisted and turned to try to be like 8. Or you could be a 9 with a longer line, said 9. So 0 pinched and puckered to try to be 9. But 0 could only be 0. We're on our way to join the others. Come count with us, they said. 0 felt deflated. 8 and 9 were numbers with value. Of course they'd count. How could they know how she felt? 0 had a new thought. If she could impress the numbers, that'd give her value. She'd leap, she'd soar, she'd sizzle, she'd shine. She'd make a grand entrance and floor them all. 0 began to roll faster and faster and faster. She leaped, flying, soaring, rocketing, right into 1, who knocked over 2, who fell into 3 and 4, toppling 5 and 6, who crashed into 7 and 8, where they all ended up in a big pile on 9. All the numbers were bent out of shape. It's no use trying, sobbed 0. I'll never have value. I'll never be part of the count, she said. It's what's inside that counts most, pointed out 7. 0 looked at herself. But what if I don't have anything inside? Every number has value, said 7. Be open. You'll find a way. Suddenly, 0 saw herself in a new light. I'm not empty inside. I'm open. 0 rolled up to the numbers. I've thought of a way for us to count even more, she said. Count more? Asked 4. Count us in, exclaimed 7. Lead the way, said 1. Everyone counts, the number shouted. 0 jumped in. Then she leapt up high and said, Here's something new we can try. If we help each other soar, we can count even more. Let's count again, starting with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And what's next? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. We do count more, they cheered. Zero and the numbers explored and had fun, bringing more value to everyone. And this time, when she looked at herself, she felt whole, right in her center. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading of Zero by Kathryn Otoshi. This was her follow-up book to her first book, One, which I will link in the description, which I loved very much. One was about kind of standing up to bullying. One person can make a difference. And this book kind of explores that idea of significance and, how often we look at and compare ourselves and see what's different from ourselves, what's deficient, what's missing, what makes us not as good as others. But really, I love how the number zero kind of had to go through this journey to think about what she can add to the others, what she has can make everyone better, instead of how she's just different, looking at different and trying to be others, right? And we just read a few books on this channel that are kind of related to that, just being yourself, being true to who you are. But I love that this talked about how, when you recognize who you are and when you're honest with yourself, you can actually add to others, right? And that you can enhance other people's, and you can bring joy to other people, and you can make it more complex. I love also kind of a lot of the wordplay of value and counting, using those both as mathematical terms, but also the meanings of value, of holding worth. And so I really like this book. I think One I still enjoyed a little bit better, but this was kind of in the very same kind of tone, so I wasn't as surprised by, caught off guard with just being wowed and amazed instantly. So, but it's a really, really strong message, and I really liked the use of numbers and the use of words in this story. So that's Zero by Kathryn Otoshi. I hope you like this book as well. As always, if there are other books or authors you would like to recommend for me to read, please do let me know. I would love to hear from you. And until next episode, I have been Elvin. This has been e-reading. Thank you very much for watching. Be gentle and kind with one another. Bye now.